From broke to boss, I flipped the script. Super Trucker Podcast got me fully equipped. Left the noise behind, now I'm stacking green. Voyager Nation made me live the dream.
Attention owner-operators, especially first-time owner-operators, we're about to drop some good information that is going to help you out. So, Mike, why do dreamers chase gross numbers while achievers obsess over net?
I think it's a little bit of both, because I see both. I see dreamers and achievers actually chasing gross and net. But I think it's more important to understand what is what. So, for example, to me, the bare bones is the easiest to calculate thing is the gross. Mm-hmm. If you know where you're at, you know what your business is costing you, so it's very easy to calculate fast how you're doing this week. However, I see a lot of times the dreamers also over-focusing on the net. And that's how you get one of those guys that bought a truck to do OTR, and now he wants to do Florida local only, and then he is calculating that somehow his truck is going to break a lot less, and he's going to be saving all this money that he's not going to be making, but somehow he's going to come up on top. So I see both ways can be actually crooked, but at the same time, it's not about what you're making, it's what you're keeping.
Now that you're talking about what you're keeping, which I agree that is what you solve problems with, but you know, how many of these owner operators do not actually know what their real cost per mile is?
Man, I think a lot more than I wish. It's actually, in my opinion, that number is a very scary number. I would say if we take, let's say, our current owner operators, I think most of them, because we are seasoned owner operators that's been around, most of them currently on the fleet, we understand that number. We know their cost per mile. But if we apply all the revolving door people to this equation, we're going to end up in the la la land. Because how many people I'm almost like sometimes afraid to ask, what's your fuel economy? Because it's scary how many people have no idea what's their fuel economy. It's scary to see an owner operator show up at the orientation and you visually see underinflated tire. And I already know if I'm going to ask this guy, do you have a tire air gauge?
Yeah.
He probably doesn't.
You know, and that's the crazy part, because then that same guy in orientation is so hyper-focused on the rates, but you don't get near those rates in that condition.
Yeah, because you're blowing that money through your exhaust pipe.
Right, so talking about good rates, what financial behavior guarantees failure no matter how good those rates are? Because even in the pandemic, man, we saw people going out of business.
Oh, yeah, left and right. Left and right. So I would say inconsistency, that's number one. Inability to manage their equipment. Inability to plan the maintenance, inability to learn their equipment. One of my buddies, he has a truck repair shop and he has a roadside service. Yeah. He says number one money maker for his business is road calls to do the regen on the trucks.
Oh shit.
So because the drivers, we don't know how to. So imagine if that's an owner operator. And if he doesn't know how to regen his truck, and he needs to call road service for that, the show is over. No matter what the rates are.
Because then it goes down that spiral. Somebody's going to give him, hey, delete that shit, and then he's got other problems.
I also seen, like, during the pandemic times, this dude showed up with a very, very nice truck and, you know, all the good stuff. He just got this truck. And, you know, even during the pandemic, the rates were crazy, but out of Florida rates was less than ideal.
Right, yeah.
All the time. We were a lot more than we are right now, but we were a lot less than any other comparable area. And that guy pretty much bought a truck, bought a house, divorced his wife, got a new wife, did everything in about a period of a month, signed up with us, and went out of business. And lost his house, it is my understanding, because the rate coming out of Florida was never good enough for him to actually hit the road.
Man, but
so he never experienced any other rates. Right. Never took a load.
Oh man! So talking about planners, like this guy, how many planners budget for fuel but ignore maintenance and downtime? What do you think that is?
I think it's just inability to plan. That's a delusional approach. It's somebody thinks that trucking is a savior. Trucking is going to compensate for everything, no matter what. No, man, you got a lot more to do with everything than just having a truck.
Yeah, because that leads to our next part, right? You have I've seen a lot of owner operators, but this is the question: how many owner operators you see making money but still go broke?
A lot. But one of the key moments there is also consistency, because it's not very often that you see an owner-operator who is making money consistently to go broke, unless he has gambling issues
or just mismanagement of that.
or total mismanagement of the funds, because again, we've seen people entering the trucking in the best times ever, and now we buy a couple $1 million worth of house, and and now everybody in the family has their own Ferrari, and that trucking is not made for that.
Because I'm telling you, man, you know how many times I've seen a truck needing a lot of TLC, and then the owner operator shows up in a 6-figure car, and you're just like, dude, like just first this and then that. Like that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying don't do that.
Absolutely. And on the other hand, I would say if you're about to show up in a 6-figure car, and I'm not jealous, good for you. However, you better be already either a fleet owner, or you maybe should be running your own trucking company. You need to be a little bit up there, because if you just as an average owner operator driving a 6-figure car, I think it's a little bit too excessive. Knowing trucking the way I know it, you are over squeezing your limits.
Yeah, because I think it's important, man. I heard somewhere anyway that it says like, whatever you buy, what comes with it later. Like that's it's easy to put it in a driveway, but what comes after is the key point there.
Absolutely.
All right, so here we go. So what's the fastest way savings disappear in this business?
Complaceness and not hitting the road, man.
Yeah, I know.
Just sitting on the couch, because the fixed expenses are usually we're not very scary. At some point you get used to it. Mm-hmm. And then missing that income window becomes so comfortable, and all of a sudden you're so deep behind that there is no recovery.
Yeah. So what does cash flow discipline matter, or why does cash flow discipline matter more than high paying loads?
It's kind of like, planning your finances on the lottery. That probably would be the best answer.
Yeah, I can see that.
The rates, the loads, you should always shoot for the best. Your dispatcher should be a savage, like just getting the top rates always for what's available. However, if you only gambling on top rates and everything below that breaks your financial balances, you're just gambling at that point.
Yeah, you know what I say about this too is like today, this week, like we're gonna have guys close out 10 grand, solo drivers. Mm-hmm. But if you look at their behavior the previous weeks, he's your steady going guy. People just want to look at that as if it was by accident. He's just your steady guy that he's always been consistent, disciplined, and running. And so then it's so much easier for when the market or the rates are in his favor, he's present already to take advantage of that.
Well, this is actually the last, what is it, about 1.5, 2 weeks is a very eye-opening thing because of a cold storm. Mm-hmm. I actually did send a message to the team like, hey guys, safety first. Let's make sure that all the drivers know that all the deliveries can be rescheduled. Don't do nothing stupid just to be there on time. Don't worry about it. Safety comes first. However, also don't fall asleep on it, because this is a perfect time to be out there on the road, maneuvering around those storms and taking advantage of all these trucks frozen up north and unable to hit the road.
Yeah,
the rates were amazing, and yet we had a lot of people just sitting home because it's too cold. Your truck was never parked in Chicago to get the diesel to freeze. You were able to hit the road, maneuver around the storms. You don't even have to go all the way to Chicago or Wisconsin or anywhere else, where you can potentially freeze on the go. You can take advantage of that, but that a little bit of cold, our utilization was a joke. So that alone shows me that, okay, it's not really about the money. It's not really about an opportunity. Like if that was me, I would be all over that shit.
Yeah,
I would be out there on the road, just taking advantage of those last 2 weeks. But now, we still have guys sitting at home still, even though it's almost over.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna hit the road probably sometime next week, and then we're gonna start complaining, saying like, so where are all those rates that you were telling about?
Nah, they're gone already.
We're gone. You had 2-week window to make a bank, but you pissed on it.
Yeah, there we go. So, what money habits separate long-term survivors versus quick exits?
I think it comes long-term survivors versus quick exits effects on the money than the other way around, because long-term survivors, we're always going to be consistent. We're going to be planning. We're going to be taking advantage of every opportunity. And we're going to keep their truck in a top shape.
Yeah.
in the top working shape. And we never gonna go all out on money, so we always gonna have a truck in a perfect working condition and enough money to keep on that truck running. And everything else is just secondary. That just the chain of events, what happens after that.
You know, it's kind of funny you talk about that, and then I often see that the consistent, devoted individual to the process, and he has a process developed already, you always see him out there, but his life is less chaotic. The owner operator that stays home, goes out, waiting for it, there is more chaos in that behavior than the guy who just understands what the business is and will just be determined.
I think it's very eye-opening at the end of the year when we send out 1099s.
Yeah,
you can see like some very average dude that you never thought that he's a killer.
Top of the key, yeah.
And he's like a top maker, and the number is like literally nothing to laugh about.
Mm-hmm.
But if you look at his week to week, he probably never had a top week.
Yeah, but just...
It was always that fly-by owner-operator that came in, ran it like it's crazy, and then fell off the cliff somewhere. And we never heard about him again.
Yeah.
But that consistent guy, that's every week.
Because your plan has to be sustainable, man.
Yes,
like it has to be.
Consistency wins every single time.
So there we go, guys. Consistency will win every single time. We are looking for good owner-operators and first-time owner-operators. If you like what you hear, give us a call at 863-342-5171.
All right, guys, be safe out there, and we'll talk to you in the next video. Like, share, subscribe.
Operators looking for the best business owner opportunity, look no further. I got all the programs that are going to make you successful. Everything to operating from 2 different fuel cards, top of the line trailers with a maintenance program that is unbeatable, to plates, insurance, you name it, we got it. All you got to do is give us a call, 863-342-5171. Learn more and get started.